Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. And for you new folks, thanks for checking out my channel. I definitely appreciate that as well. Today I have an update to an homage from Seiko. Well, I don't know if it's really technically an homage, but I think it was supposed to be. Anyway, today I have the brand new updated 50 Fathoms from Seiko, and this is model number SRPK97. And Seiko sure loves their updates, reissues, reimaginations, etc. It's really hard to keep up with these things. Anyway, let's check this thing out. As usual, check out my Amazon shopping channel if you like this particular watch. I do have that on my channel. As y'all know, I get a very small commission, yada, yada, yada. I'll make sure to put the link down there in the description field if you want to pick one of these things up. This is typical Seiko kind of sheet metal packaging here. At least the outer watch box has that like sheet metal look. Let me get this thing out of here. And they changed this up a while ago. I don't know, a few years ago. Y'all have seen these a million times. Typical Seiko warranty card back there. And the big multilingual 4R36 manual. You don't see this too much anymore, at least with a lot of other watch manufacturers. A lot of times everything is online. So there we go. Let's get this out of the way. Take a first look at this thing. Go. And as usual, I'll go ahead and give you all the 7 specs you need to know, and then we'll talk more about this thing. So make sure you check out the description field if you want to know all of the specs of this watch. And honestly, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and be up front with you right now before I even go over the specs. This watch really has never done anything for me. It's not ugly. It's just, for me personally, it's just not really interesting. Even the old version just wasn't really interesting, man. It didn't really do much for me. So anyway, the old version was SNZ-H55. That was the old version of this watch. It had the older movement. Anyway, I'll tell you all more about that here in just a second. Let me go take this thing out. Let's go over the specs. I mean, again, it's not ugly. It's just, I don't know, it just does nothing for me. I don't know why. Some of y'all love this thing. I get it. You know, it's just personal preference, but for some reason, this watch doesn't do anything for me. I'm not quite sure why. Anyway, it has a 42.5 millimeter case. It's 14.2 millimeters thick. It's 46 millimeters lug to lug. Comes on a 22 millimeter stainless steel bracelet. It's only water resistant to 100 meters, which is 330 feet. It does have the new Seiko 4R36 movement inside with about a 41-hour power reserve. And of course, you get a curved Hardlex crystal. If you want to know all the specs, make sure you check down there in the description field. First, I want to apologize about that recent tax watch review. I had some major upload issues. When I uploaded, it was still in the checking phase, but it was you could technically view it, but you couldn't. Anyway, it was a big mess. Anyway, I got all of that fixed. So make sure you check out that tax review. That's the one where I reviewed that watch from Tax out of Japan. And I bring out my old 85 Sony WM-F10 Walkman. I think it's a really cool review, a little flashback. I think it's pretty cool. So make sure you check that out. I'll make sure to put that link down there in the description field if you want to check that thing out. And again, this watch, guys, has honestly just never done anything for me. I don't know why. Again, it's not ugly. I don't hate it. And it's pretty similar to the original. I guess the biggest thing is the updated movement. And that's, you know, that's a huge thing. Obviously the 4R36 is hacking instead of the old 7S26, which did not hack. You got a new Seiko 5 logo there. You have less scripting above 6 o'clock. The automatic font is a new font. The bezel font, the indexes, the hands, the day and date window, and the bracelet, to me, guys, look identical. I do like this sunburst dial. And again, this also comes in a black and gold. It's, to me, just a little blingy. Those indexes do have some polish on them. They are faceted, but it's a little too blingy. That's just for me personally. And also, another thing, has tiny little pips for the Lume. The hour and minute hand have a generous amount of LumiBrite, but then you also have these tiny little pips And I don't remember if, I think the old one had those pips as well, but maybe it had a little tiny bit more lume on them. I don't obviously have one of the old ones in front of me. So anyway, guys, let's take a look at the rest of the watch. It looks like the crown position is now at 4 o'clock instead of 3 o'clock. That's another difference. The bracelet feels really similar. I haven't taken this little piece of paper off yet. Let me see here. Of course, it's stamped metal. Bracelet, really, really similar. And you do get a see-through case back. I think I still have the sticker on there. See-through case back. Not too many changes. Again, really just that movement being the 4R36 instead of the 7S26. Here is the hang tag for it. There you go. Doesn't give a price on it. I think these are retailing for $385, but you can get them for less. And I think Amazon has it. I have it for $330, I believe, or something like that. Is that right? Let me double check that real quick. I'm pretty sure it's $355, I'm sorry, which is $30 off Seiko's site. So take a look if you want to pick one of these up. Again, I keep saying it's not an ugly watch, just not, to me, a super interesting watch. I would love to know y'all's feelings on this particular watch. Did you like the old one? Did the old one do anything for you? Again, this is based on, well, not technically, obviously, but this is based on the Blancpain 50 Fathoms, which is kind of the precursor to the Rolex Submariner. So interesting watch. Those are currently, gosh, from like $15,000 to $20,000 if you want an original 50 Fathoms. I think that's just absolutely ridiculous, but that's just me. And I think Rolex prices are ridiculous too, but I can understand it. Anyway, you do have a nice little domed Hardlex, which is pretty cool. So guys, again, it's just one of those watches. It's, it's okay. It's just, for me, it's just okay, but not a big deal. Anyway, let's go try this thing on. I've already tried it on. It feels great. Actually feels really comfortable. And when you hit the light just right, you can see everything blinging out and the sunburst on the dial. Pretty cool. The applied Seiko logo, pretty cool. Pretty nice. Actually, it's kind of growing on me, man. Kind of growing on me. All right, let's go ahead and get it off here. Let's kill all the lights. Let's check out this Lume. Again, Lume is not going to be a big selling point of this watch because, it's not a diver. And it's got decent lume, just doesn't have fantastic lume. All right, let's take a look here. There you go. There's your lume. Decent enough on the hands, so I take that back. Really good on the hands, and just those tiny little pips on the indexes and at the end of the second hand. So wow, so better lume than I actually expected. Really good on the hands though. So, it's just one of those things. Again, it's not a diver. So, all right, guys, that has been about it for this one. Again, tell me what you think of this thing. Tell me what you think of all the Seiko re-imaging and reimaginations and reissues and updates. And I swear to God, Seiko is just addicted to that stuff. They are absolutely addicted to like reissuing old models, updating them slightly. Oh my God, it looks like the actual, and before I forget to tell you, it looks like the crown, it looks like the bezel actually aligns with the dial. Am I seeing things here? No, it looks like it does. Wow, impressive. All right, guys, so again, tell me what you think of this thing. I'll make sure to put a link down there in the description field if you want to pick this up. And as usual, make sure you like and subscribe if you like my content, and I really hope you do. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next review. Take care. Bye-bye.